Hi guys, Amber Jones here, and what I want to talk to you today is I'm just going to get realistic, and some people might not like me after I do this video, but it has to be said. A lot of people look at the home business industry, or even not just starting a business, but they don't want to risk, they don't want to take the risk, right? So some people, maybe they put their big toe in the business industry, but they don't want to invest in their education, or they don't want to risk losing money on some training that they, feel like they would lose out on. Well, what I want to talk to you today about is two things. Number one is risk, and two, sacrifice. Okay? Because here's what I think, and I'm just going to call it like it is. People aren't afraid of the risk of losing money. They're afraid of the sacrifice. So what I want to do is I want to talk about the differences of the two and why you need both of them to actually be successful. Okay? So on this side you've got risk. Let me make sure you guys can see that. And then we've got sacrifice. Alright? According to dictionary.com, I've got the definition of risk. When you use it as a verb, it means to venture upon or to take a chance. Now, people look at the word risk like it's a bad thing. According to this definition, to venture upon or to take a chance. What if you take a chance and you end up successful, right? All right, so that's the risk, is to take a chance. Sacrifice. All right, sacrifice, definition, dictionary.com, the 8th definition says to surrender or give up for the sake of something else. All right, so to give up for the sake of something else. Now, a lot you guys may or may not know our story, but we've come a long way, and we both had to take a risk, and we also had to sacrifice a lot. Plain and simply, people, they'll take the risk, but they won't sacrifice, and that's why they're not successful. I'm just going to be very blunt and just say it. What do I mean by sacrifice? It's more than about money. Okay, taking a risk is easy. Taking a risk is easy. It's the sacrifice that's hard. It's sacrifice. Well, what do I mean? What do you have to sacrifice? Okay, well, let's break it down. All right, you got to sacrifice money. Got to sacrifice time. Got to sacrifice your comfort. All right, those are the three major things that you have to sacrifice. And you say, well, I don't have any money. So, guys, in this business, it's either going to take a lot of time or a lot of money, period. Or somewhere in between. I'm just being honest with you. If you want to be successful, you have to have time and money, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. This is what people don't want to sacrifice. When I say money, let me give you an example. Some people go out to eat for lunch. How many times a week do you go out to eat for lunch? All right? Or dinner. How much does that add up to a month? All right? So, and especially coming from our situation, from our background, and seeing things, you have money for what you really want. All right? You have money for what you really want. And if you don't want it bad enough, you're not going to find the money, period. All right? There are definitely different ways to come up with money. So that's number one, sacrifice that people don't want to make. They don't want to give up the comfort of going out to the movies once a month, or changing from brand name to generic. Let's just be really honest, okay? That's what people don't want to sacrifice. Time. They don't want to sacrifice time. Guys, we say, I don't have time. Again, you will find time for what you really want. Does that make sense? All right. So how much TV do you watch? All right. That kind of thing. That's a really big one. How much TV do you watch? All right. Time to, sacrifice as far as instead of listening to the radio, I'm going to listen to a Robert Kiyosaki CD. All right? That's one thing people don't want to do. What else do they don't want to do? They don't want to sacrifice their comfort. Meaning, I don't want to have to get on the phone and talk to people. All right? Unless you're making $10,000 a month or $20,000 a month, you better not turn down getting on the phone, or else you might as well keep your job. Okay? Or I don't want to get out of my comfort zone and get on video. Or I don't want to get out of my comfort zone and write an article. Oh my gosh, I have to read and I have to put forth effort. Okay, this is what, you know. That's why I say people, they'll risk money, but they won't make the sacrifice, and that's why they're not successful. So guys, hopefully a light bulb has went off in your head, and maybe you see that, you know what, I need a little bit of both, or how can I do better? Okay, or what else can I do to make myself better? That's what you need to ask yourself, and then you'll find that making that sacrifice is not as hard as it seems. When you look at what are you giving up for the sake of something? Are you giving up your comfort for the sake of being able to stay home with your child? Right? Are you giving up your money temporarily? Are you taking a step backwards? Maybe, instead of living in a luxury apartment, a 3-bedroom, are you living in a 2-bedroom so that you can afford to have more time and more money to sacrifice that to put yourself 2 steps ahead? All right, guys. Hopefully you see my point, and as always, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to share it, copy the link, put it on your blog, send it to your friends. Definitely, I do hope to inspire. So guys, this is Amber Jones. We are on our way up, and I'd love to have you along. Take care.